live.
Well,
Yeehaw, we're live.
The internet's still throwing weird stuff at me. I don't know. This is just getting to be frustrating as to what the hell the internet only, it's only intermittent when I have a podcast to do.
Of course.
All day long, it'll be fine. I have a scheduled podcast. That's the time it screws up. Yeah. So anyway.
Of course. That's a problem. Yep. Yeah. Of course. It's like going on a trip. And wouldn't you know it, your flight's the one that gets canceled. All of them, yours gets canceled.
Only one flight in the world.
Speaking of flights, I was thinking about it, how we traveled and so forth. And when I was a kid, I remember going on a plane was just, it was so luxurious. It was like a treat to go on the plane. And they had seats that were not crammed next to each other. You had room, you had leg room. They didn't try and cram everybody into this small tin can. Everybody was nice. Everybody was cordial. You never saw anybody get into a fight with anybody at the counter or the ticket counter. Everybody was just copacetic, It was such a different experience when I was a kid traveling.
And you froze up. So one of us is frozen up. It's either her or me.
Crazy.
Halfway through that, you froze up. So I don't know what you said. Hopefully the listeners heard it.
Okay, well, I'll say it again. I'll repeat it if the listeners didn't hear it. But when I was a kid, I thought traveling was, it was romantic. It was sexy. It was this really cool opportunity to go on this plane, and we had room. They didn't have you crammed into a tin can. People weren't in bad moods. People didn't argue. People didn't come, personally, I think that's the key. Everybody should have an assigned seat, even on Southwest Airlines, because it seems like I hear more arguments over seats. This isn't assigned seating. Well, I want that seat. Well, sorry, I got that seat. Well, I want that seat. It's like, it's not assigned seating. I think we could be in such a better atmosphere with traveling if we were treated more like human beings instead of cattle. Next. Sorry, I can't help you. Next. Not all like that, but
yeah, now you're freezing up again. God,
boy, this is gonna be fun. Woohoo! This is gonna be fun. So what were you saying?
I said, but on the flip side of everybody's complaint is they want to be on the other side of it, where they figured out how to make the money. So yeah, I want to complain about their system, all right, but you know what I mean. But boy, I would like their money. Well, they figured out how to build a system to make money, and yes, it pisses a few people off. Not everybody's happy, but the system makes money. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. It just seemed like everybody was
nicer,
in such a better mood. Fine, I get it. So they're at the bar drinking to calm their nerves or get their courage in a drink.
No, I'm at the bar drinking because I hate the freaking fly.
They're already in it.
All right, I hate the fly, so I go to the bar.
I know a lot of people do.
All right. And then I try to get on the plane, letting you know how drunk I really am. It's my whole life. And hopefully I'm drunk enough to pass out and get in the air.
Well, if you think about it, it's the one time that you can drink and not have to get a DUI because you're not driving.
Right.
But I don't know. I see all these people traveling and they get pissed because their flights cancel. I get it. But the way we react to these situations it's beyond tantrum and jump up and down. What do you mean my flight is canceled? I just say, okay, so what do I do? Well, there's another flight. Okay, well, let me see. Let me sit down and figure out what I want, and then I'll get back to you. Simple. I mean, and I know that there's emotions high, and it's just I just don't
You
get it.
think
I don't get why
has
people can't
anything
just be neutral.
you think it has anything to do with
Has
people are
anything
told their
what?
whole life now people are told now their whole life, well, you deserve the best. So you don't deserve to have this happen to you. Shit happens, all
No.
right? And it's gonna
Yeah.
happen to you.
Yeah. Shit at you. It's just yeah. Life throws
Yeah.
shit at you. It's just how you handle that and those challenges is
Hold
what's
on.
going to happen. And
Hold on,
that
I'll be right
and that says what kind of a person you truly are is how the challenges are. I mean, there's a lot of life challenges that are going to come along, a lot, but how you deal with them tells everybody what kind of person you truly, truly are. And I know I get it. Sometimes you get mad because you can't control something, but you can't. You got. My grandma always told me, pick your battles wisely. Pick your battles wisely. And the way she said it is, look at it this way. If you're going to have a battle with somebody, one, are you losing a ton of money? Has somebody died? Have they killed somebody of yours? And there was one other one, I can't remember what it is. But if you can't say yes to those, then this isn't a battle you need to take on.
Mhm.
Simple. It's a waste of time. That's the way I look at it. If I'm not losing money and they didn't kill anybody or a loved one, and they didn't kill my pet.
All right. So what you're saying is, as frustrated as I am with the internet, all
Maybe
right,
this isn't
you
just
know,
saying.
give up and walk away. Yeah, it's yeah.
I just and I was just because you see all these, and granted, we're seeing the worst of it because that people don't want to see nice people going, "Hello, how are you? Thank you so much." That'd be boring. They want to see the
Mhm.
people getting beat down and the woman getting hit by the ticket counter because she slapped him across the face. It's like, really? That's a lot of the problem too, I think, is people are they like the sensationalization. They like the
So I'm catching every like
it's
third word of you,
crazy. uh,
and you aren't even hearing me. Yeah.
uh, you gotta love technology when it's not. It sucks.
It never
Right?
works.
It really
It's
sucks.
like, is it this time spot that, like, you know what I mean? That's the hour that the internet gets fucked up. You
I
know?
don't know. Well, you said every podcast you've got. Are all your podcasts at the same time?
No, I hardly ever have the problem on the night one at all. And I was actually on somebody else's night show the other night, and I had no problem at night. I think it's just the freaking daytime bullshit.
Yeah, it's probably because so many people are working on the internet. Because so many people are working from home or
Yeah.
playing on the internet, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, it is frustrating
It's
that, you know
that's
what I mean? There's 2 hours a week I needed to work, no matter what. And this is the one that just constantly is always messing up. And I don't know, you know what I mean? And then again, but I don't know today, is this me or is this you? Because like I have a sensor thing that starts to tell me my internet.
I see. Yeah, and I'm seeing you breaking up, and I see myself not breaking up at all. I've done a couple breakups I can see on my side, and I've checked it, and I'm completely connected. So I'm directly connected.
I keep running speed tests to make sure.
And I've been running speed tests too. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. It shows my internet's working fine, but
It's the internet gremlins.
maybe it's StreamYard and we have to go find another platform.
Maybe I never have problems on Zoom. And
Yeah.
I've had calls all morning long and everything. I'm not.
Yeah, I never have a problem on my Zoom at all. It's
Maybe, I don't know.
And StreamYard gives me a headache all of a sudden, maybe. Maybe it's StreamYard.
Yep. Yeah, maybe they did an update, or I don't know. Hard to say. I wouldn't mind going to Zoom because you can do a lot of cool backgrounds and make yourself look a lot nicer than on.
Yeah, but you can't do the background that we have. You can't do the background we have. You can't do the banners. You can't do that's what you can't do on Zoom.
No, because they've been looking at things and they've been changing things up. So I don't know.
Zoom is a meeting platform. StreamYard is a broadcasting platform. There's two different. They're two different animals, and that's what everybody thinks. Well, I can get one for all. No, they're two different animals.
Yeah,
and they're both not designed to do the same thing. So, I used to have it. I used to do my shows with Ecamm, and back when I you know what I mean, because it was for Mac only. And I could bring, you know what I mean, but I had to have other software to make the broadcast of other people work. And it's like, you know what I mean? You had to keep adding. StreamYard was the first one that came out that had everything, right? Everybody had something missing. StreamYard had it all finally. And that was their thing. But StreamYard got sold last year, 2021. StreamYard got sold to a different company in 2021. So they are. Yeah, they're
maybe that's the problem. They got sold.
Well, they're part of a meeting platform or a conference platform, a platform that was designed to do online conferences. Bought them, but they wanted to keep them separate. They're two different entities. So, anyway,
yeah. the torture of doing a podcast in the morning.
Yeah. So anyway, you know, it is February 2nd, and I looked up, all right, did the groundhog see his shadow in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania? Because that's where they counted on. So like the age-old myth, all right, that if the groundhog sees his shadow, we have 6 more weeks of winter. And sure enough, they were leaving his burrow, all right, he saw his shadow. So that means the country can expect below average temperatures for the next 6 weeks if you subscribe to this legend. All right. I don't know how much I subscribe to it, but anyway, it's funny that, you know, February 2nd always happens in the coldest week of the year. So they're trying to determine.
Did you know there's actually, I read this, there's actually 2 different groundhogs. One is the traditional one that they've been looking at for a long time, and then one is another one. And I think it's called Stan, the groundhog. He's 85% correct, where the other one is only about 50%. So it depends on who you see, but there's actually 2 of them.
But let's get down to the real reason why we have the groundhog, so they can have this badass freaking party in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Everybody can get drunk the night before and stay up all night. Has nothing to do with the weather. It just has to do with the fact of how drunk people want to get.
Or you can do. Yep. Or you can do the day over again, like the movie Groundhog with Bill Murray.
Yeah.
But now you know what's going to happen, so you can react differently. Can you imagine doing the same day over and over again until it's perfected? Yes,
it's called life. Wow. You get up every day and you do the same freaking thing over and over again.
Over and over again.
It's called life.
Well, like I was saying, I mean, I think a lot of people need to take a chill pill and just chill the frick out.
Really?
I'm so over seeing people get in arguments over the stupid. This is black. No, it's not. It's blue. It's black. No, it's not. It's navy blue. It's black. It's like, boom. Crazy. Yes, that was.
Robert has it. He thought it was a movie. Groundhog Day. Yeah, it was. It was a movie.
That was a movie with Bill Murray.
Yeah. Hold on.
It was a good one.
I think I can find a clip on this. All right.
The funny thing is if you noticed in the Groundhog Day movie, he's an asshole the first several times. He's still the same asshole until he realizes that, hey, if I change my reaction, things change. And the next day, it's a totally different day. And then he started realizing each time he changed his reaction, it got better and better. That's what I'm saying. Text bets on his blue.
All right. Hold on. Let's see if I can do this.
Yeah.
And do this correctly.
Which clip are you going to use?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, come on. Send me the private chat. What are you going to use? What are you going to use? He's still pulling it up, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm actually. Oh, I can't.
Oh.
Because I somehow or another I had to redo my system. All right, hold. I'll be right back. Talk for a minute.
Okay. So Groundhog Day. Like I said, there's two of them out there. There's Stan, and then there's the other one. And Stan evidently is 85% right when he sees his shadow, where the other one's only 50% right. So they say if you're going to look into the groundhog and figure out if we're going to have an extended winter, you want to watch Stan the groundhog. That's a bit of advice.
All right, so I'm back, and like everything's going wrong with my house, so I got to fix this.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you move into an older house, Tim.
Yeah, I figured that out.
I'm just saying, we moved from a house that was built in 61, and coming to a brand new house, the problems are so minute, much different. I'll tell you that much. In fact, when in our old house, we had the electrical box, and I guess in 61 they tried to combine as much as possible into one switch. So if we had, oh, there you go.
All right, here we go. Right. Hold on, I'm actually gonna do this.
See if it works.
Burp, 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 burp. Okay, campers, rise and shine. It's Groundhog Day. And don't forget your booties, because it's cold out there today.
Phil? Hey, Phil! No, not you. It's me, Ned Ryerson. Okay, little fella, good job. That's different.
Hey, Farmer Bob.
Have we met? You believe this guy?
About 100 times.
You're gonna freeze to death. Who cares? See you tomorrow. Mountain we can't I don't know where we parked. I was following you. We got the groundhog! Phil! Hands at 10 and 2. You know, it's funny. I have hair, but you have fur.
Oh, sir, no animals.
Oh. 2 for dinner?
Follow me?
Hello! Safety first. He got the groundhog! That was Phil Connors! Bing! Hello! It's not personal. It's just a game. Not a bad day, huh?
Love it. Nice.
I know.
I remember that one. That was crazy.
That was the 2020 Super Bowl commercial.
That was great. I remember that one.
Mhm.
Oh no, not again.
Mhm.
Like, oh, well, that's different.
All right, so
Good movie.
it was a good movie. I loved it. I'll probably have it playing on the TV out there sometime today. But anyway,
It's a great movie. I think it's a great analogy on life. If you had to, so here's a question: if you had to do a do-over, what's the one thing in your life that you would do over? Is there anything that you say, oh man, that was bad, I would do that over, totally do that over?
I don't know.
Yes, many.
I would get better internet.
Right?
I would get better internet.
Yeah, there you go. That's the do-over.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that would be. I mean, would be interesting, wouldn't it? It won't do over. Because
Well,
I mean, if you think about it, each incident in your life brings you to the next incident and the next and the next and the next. So if you did a do-over, it could change everything.
yeah.
Just that one minor thing. I mean, right? It could change the whole aspect of your whole life.
Exactly. That's why I don't ever think about that. But anyway.
Don't you agree?
Yeah. And if you watch those movies, they show you that almost all the time. They did the same concept in Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, yeah. I was just thinking about
where
that.
they show you that if you change something, how much it changes and affects the future. And it can affect the future generation.
Yeah, only one thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. One thing. I mean, I think, I mean, if you had to think about things before you act too, I mean, how would you act? You'd probably act differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the reason why some move forward, they don't think before they act. Did I break out?
No, the whole freaking thing's going weird and wonky on me now. So
yeah.
Anyway,
if we had to do a do-over, we'd do this whole segment over because it keeps going in and out. Because poor Tim's internet is just during the morning just not working.
It's gotta, you know what I mean? I gotta blame it on my internet. I'm not gonna blame it on your internet. I'm gonna blame it on mine.
Okay.
So, and I've done everything to try to correct it and fix it every freaking day.
I haven't. Frustrating.
Yeah.
Do you have podcasts in the morning besides this one?
This is the only morning podcast I have.
Well, besides the drinking one.
That's at night.
Oh, see. I know the drinking one. I'm sure that's your favorite one because you guys get to drink.
Well, yeah.
Great drinking recipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why towards the end of the day it just works better too. In the afternoon, if I'm on call, it just works better.
Well, do we need to change the time of this?
You know what maybe we should do is maybe we should record it to one time and then just broadcast it and see what happens that way.
Well, there we go. That's an idea. But then we do interactions, comments.
Well, we can't see everybody's comments, but we can get your finger stuck right here.
Folks.
Hey, you know what?
At least it's not a funky fiddler.
Maybe we need to create a new podcast.
Yeah. And what is that new podcast?
The internet fucking sucks.
The problem with the internet. Well, Zoom, and maybe we can try it with Zoom and that way.
No, it's my whole computer's acting weird this morning. Everything.
And see if we can do the background behind us.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe we can try it through Zoom.
I have no, it's my computer this morning. I have no reaction. My mouse just quit.
Fun times. Fun times at Tim's house with technology. Scream in the mic. This is driving me crazy. I mean, and this is part of doing podcasts live. This is what happens, folks. How are you going to act? How are you going to react?
Yeah. I'm about to go grab my other computer and try it that way.
You can laugh. You got the Nest, though, didn't you?
And it's not.
You got a whole bunch of stuff set up for it, did you not?
I did. There we go.
Still not working so hot.
It's the computer. It's not the internet. It's my computer this morning. I just learned it. It's reacting
Oh,
reacting weird with shit.
sorry, folks. When you go through technical difficulties on a live podcast, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Technology never fucking screws up when you're not live.
folks. Keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Let's just keep
All right.
moving forward, right?
Yeah. It's my
So I had
computer. It's my computer. It's
I
not
think
the
you need a new
internet.
computer.
Hold on. I'd be right back. I may have a
I think you need a
solution
new
for this.
Oh, he's got a solution. So in the meantime, Robert, I know you're on here. What would you do over in your lifetime if you had something to do over? Just one do over. One do over that. Man, if I had only been able to say that differently, or I'd only been able to do that one action. Or if I'd only been able, if you think about it, it could think. You never know, right? A lot, I think. Oh, did you find something? Did you find a solution? Needs to be
Hold
plugged
on.
in.
Hold on. I'm getting there.
Does it need to be plugged in? Welcome to the Business G-Spot podcast. We're experiencing technical difficulties at this time. If you just be patient with us, we will get through this together. We hope you'll stick around.
Yeah.
That's why you watch.
Who knows what's going to happen?
We shall see. Tim is fixing it. He's in the process of fixing our technical difficulties. Hopefully,
Hold on.
we'll take care of this, and we will have no more glitches. How's that? I'm even doing glitches with not even when it's not even happening. Is it better? Oh, look at that. I get to be the center of attention.
Let's try.
Whoa, feedback. That reminds me, we went for Christmas. We went down to this little town that's called Messia. That was actually, I think it was established. I think it was established in the early 1800s. It was where Billy the Kid and Pancho Villa hung out. And we went there for the, yes, that's much better. And we went there for the luminary celebration. And there was a woman who was talking like this, and she was talking really lightly. And they had the mic up as high as they could get it. And there was a band behind them. And she kept getting feedback because they couldn't hear her on the mic because she was such. It's like, I think maybe in events like that, you need to get somebody who has volume.
No, still messing up.
Just saying.
I'm trying to see if I can hear on this one because I cut the sound off on that one. If you
There
know,
we go.
well, you can't see it, but I'm both screens are hooked up, but this one here is hooked up in a different way.
Got it.
So,
But you're still breaking in and out a little bit. Not as much, but a little bit. A little bit.
yeah, it's a cross between my internet, but my computer was acting wonky. Which the
Oh.
reason I'm doing this is I'm going to reboot the computer. Is why while we're on the broadcast.
Got it. Oh, I like your mic. What mic is that?
This microphone is the AT2020. AT2020. The Audio
Nice.
Technica 2020.
Nice.
Well, but we'll
I
see.
don't have all that technology.
I do behind a computer that it was acting wonky this morning, and I think that's what it is. I need to reboot my computer in the morning.
Oh, there you go.
And I think that would solve the problem if I rebooted my computer in the morning before the broadcast.
Do you leave it on all night?
I leave my computer on 24/7.
Do you leave it on?
Yeah.
You leave your computer on 24/7.
Yeah.
Dude, no wonder why you're having problems. A computer, just like people, listen up. A computer, just like a brain, needs a break. So you turn it off.
It goes
Turn
to
it
sleep.
off and give it a
No.
chance to regroup.
It goes to sleep. It doesn't. It sleeps. It doesn't. It
Your
doesn't.
phone has to reboot. Just saying. Just like your brain, it needs to reboot. I'm just saying. That's a bit of advice you should all. I always reboot my phone, turn all my computers off. I never leave them on all the time. Plus, security thing, plus, if you leave your computer on all the time, it has a higher chance of being hacked because it's on. Because most hacks happen while you're sleeping, in the middle of the night, in the early wee morning, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. 80% of hacks, that's when they happen. And they only happen on computers that are left on 24/7. I'm just saying. It is a security thing. I'm a big security fanatic. Because always turn your computer off and turn your phone off. Just like your brain, it needs a break. So you need to turn it off. Just saying. And it's good for security purposes too. Oh, are we back? We're back.
Let's try this. Let me get the sound. I got to get the sound on first on this computer. I rebooted this computer while
Oh
we
my
were
God.
doing that.
Sounds
But yeah,
weird with
that's the
echo.
problem with working two computers in the same room. Is you got to work with the sound. You'll be able to play the game with the sound. Otherwise, it comes and
Yep.
it throws all the stuff off. I've almost mastered it, but that was my laptop. My laptop just is a better
Still-
engineered system.
Still a little herky, just bad. Just
Well,
saying.
the computer's acting differently though. That's the key. Is at least I have a computer working, but it's still the bad internet.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Anyway,
But that's your area, though, isn't it?
it is.
That's just
it's
your
the,
area for the
the
internet.
freaking area we are in. It's just supposedly though AT&T and some other companies are putting what do they call it? That optical or stuff in. It's like new. It's called. I can't remember what it's even called, but it's like infrared or infra something. Yeah.
Oh, got it.
And
Got it.
fiber, I think they call it. AT&T fiber.
Well, and hopefully you'll get off fiber optic.
Yeah, fiber optic, and once they get fiber optic in our area, because they're doing all the infrastructure for it now, that'll change the whole thing. So, and then when I and I'll get the fiber optic.
Same way when we had bad internet.
Yeah.
And I had problems. And then as soon as we had the fiber optics that went into the neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
I had better internet than most people I know with. It's great. It's definitely worth it. And we have fiber optics here too. So it works pretty well. It's very reliable.
Yeah. Again, mine, all right, is very reliable. The only time it's not reliable and it gives me a headache is during this podcast. Every freaking week is during this podcast. Yeah. All right. I have 4 Zoom calls today, and I guarantee on every one of the Zoom calls it will not be a problem.
Yeah. I've not had any problems with Zoom.
No.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to. Well, do you find that ever since they got bought out, that maybe there's been more problems, or no?
No, we didn't have the problems until I moved here. It's the internet here.
Yeah.
No. and internet and this time of day.
You have
all
more
right?
people. Yeah. You probably have more people that are on it.
You think?
They're probably working from home or doing whatever, but yep. I mean, we can change the time
Yeah.
to later in the day. It's not a big deal. So it can come in better. You might even get a bigger audience because sometimes people watch it later in the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. But
So stay tuned, audience. We may be doing this later in the day.
wow. Let me try that. Let me try this other speed test to see. That one gave me a really good numbers on that one.
Well, you're pretty solid right now.
Yeah. 16 on this one. Where's this one through? To Dallas.
This is always fun, going through technology. Fun times. Just saying, fun times.
Yeah, there. Now it's really coming in good. But
yeah, it's much better now.
Oh, what the hell I did. Anyway, yeah, see, now I'm seeing the signal that tells me my internet's that I have a Wi-Fi signal comes on my thing when it starts to go down.
Yeah.
That tells me the connection's unstable. You're on Wi-Fi. Try plugging into your router. All right. So I am directly plugged in.
Yeah, me too.
But I mean, yeah.
Frustrating. Well, we could change it to a different time.
No, I'm directly plugged in, but I'm not. I'm on that new Orbi Netgear system, and I'm directly plugged into one of the satellites. So
got it.
I'm still going to run a hard wire from the original router to this office. All right, that will run directly to run the computer and see if that changes it. So
torture sucks when isn't it great? Technology works when it's really great, but when it's working, but when it's not working, frustrating as hell.
Well,
frustrating as hell.
Before I put the Orbi system in, all right, and we we're just working off the one Wi-Fi, the one router, all right, it was really a headache, all right. And then I got hard wires, and I hardwired my TV, but first I ran the hard wire from the modem across my living room into here, and that improved it. And I'm like, okay, I need to just improve the technology inside my home.
Yeah.
All right. And then get a technology that comes in that's greater. So that's why I was upgrading things. And by this time next year, I'll have 2 to 3 systems backup. So
you can be the expert on how to fix issues in areas that the internet doesn't work so well.
Yeah. Well, again, once I get everything working primed in my house, all right, and that's the thing is in my house, I have 2 different buildings. First of all, working Wi-Fi, and I have a total of 16 devices being used on this internet right now.
Holy shit, dude! How many computers do you have?
Because I've got 3 computers running, I've got 2 TVs running, and then I have the phones. All right. In this house right now, we have 3 phones, but at nighttime we have 4 phones and we have another 2 computers.
Wow.
It's because my mom's on this same internet. Put my mom on a separate internet, it would, that would cut back on so just having one internet run to her house, but that would be a headache to run a separate internet to her house.
What if you did a different router? If you did one router in there and one router in your room and one router in the living room?
That's where I went with that Orbi system to even out everything around. And I have 2 satellites now. I have a satellite in her house and a satellite in my office. So
okay.
I'm eventually going to add satellites in each one of the bedrooms too. All right. Wow. But I'm going to run a hardwire modem over to her house and do a whole other thing over in her house. So yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy technology. Speaking of technology, I don't know if you heard about it or not, but in outer space, there's supposedly a meteor that's flying across the sky.
Yeah.
That's supposedly this fuzzy green. that you can see till I think the end of February.
Okay.
And it's supposedly it looks fuzzy, and it's supposed to be depending on your area and where you're at, it's supposed to be not too far from the northern as it's going across the sky. And of course, if you have a telescope, you can see it better.
Okay.
And hopefully we have our deck is done, but we're just waiting for our stairs to go up, and then we can start stargazing. Hopefully, very, very soon.
Well, we aren't seeing any stars because we've had cloud for 4 days.
Yeah, you guys have had weather. It's been gorgeous over here. I mean, we haven't had any of the weather you guys have, and we're not that far from you, but it's been gorgeous.
Well, I mean, that is the one thing is you clear the weather up. My internet clears up too, by the way. Bad weather gives problems.
Got it. I got it.
Yeah.
That doesn't help either. Well, when you get the fiber optics, it'll help.
The fiber optic is going to change the whole game, and I think that's going to take this internet company that has all this, and it's going to ruin their business.
Oh yeah,
because of the fact the only reason they have business in this town is because they've been the only thing in this town.
It won't be anymore. This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Really?
There can only be one internet provider here.
Yeah.
It's going to be fiber optics real soon.
So yeah, well, when the fiber optics comes in, that gives them competition. And basically, here's what I found out was a friend of mine was working on the ground crews of putting the infrastructure in of all the wires, and he was doing it for the company that's going to be AT&T's. All right, and he was looking at the way the wires were run for this other company. He's like, I don't know how it works because it's just like there's no organization to their lines. It's like they've got a line thrown here, a line thrown there, and it's like, you know what I mean? They just throw a line wherever they need a line and see what happens. There's no, it's not been redone, so they need to redo all the lines and make it a more sustainable system.
Yeah.
As opposed to patchwork. So basically, one thing breaks, they patch it. And patch it and patch it and patch it.
And as we know, Band-Aids don't work.
Yeah.
You got to redo the system. The nice thing about fiber optics is that it's underground.
Yeah.
So even if there's issues with weather and stuff, it doesn't affect it because I know the other satellites are all above ground. So if you've got weather issues, of course it affects it.
Yeah.
That was the nice thing that we found is we could have wind, we can have rain, didn't matter. It never affected our internet.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll have good customer service because that was the big complaint in our neighborhood was once it came in, then people were complaining about the customer service sucked and it took forever to get connected or whatever the case may be. But
well, that is the issue with a lot of those companies is like, that's it. The one company that's coming in here, putting this fiber optics in here, you go to their website and it's nothing but complaints.
Yeah.
So
well, and that's something else that I mean, we were talking about, traveling and how people could react differently, but part of it nowadays is there's not a lot of customer service. It's like I'm not quite sure where the breakdown is, but if you go to places and so forth, restaurants, whatever, you don't always see the customer service that you used to see. Because it used to be when I was in retail, the customer was always right. Didn't matter, customer was always right. And that's how they were treated. Nowadays, it's like, yeah, no, not doing it. Sorry. It's a lot different. Customer service just isn't the way it used to be. I remember I walked into a store. There were two ladies behind the counter talking to each other. I was standing there for a couple minutes waiting for them to notice me. Still didn't notice me. I did the one girl looked at me and said, yeah, I'll be right with you. So anyway, he came over and they're talking about their personal shit. I'm like, can I talk to a manager? She looked at me. She goes, what? I said, can I talk to the manager? She's not here right now. She's out at lunch. Okay, I'll be back. So I came back and talked to the manager. And the manager was like, yeah, well, we can only get such good help and blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, wow. And then within, I don't know, several months down the line, that store was closed.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, if you can't provide the customer service, somebody else will.
Yeah.
Or the store will just close, because nowadays people are so used to going online and not having to deal with any customer service. They go online, they order what they want. It comes to their door, done. They don't have to deal with somebody saying, can I help you? Sure. No, we don't have that in stock. Sorry.
Well, in the customer service realm, the reason we've gotten to be where we're at with problems with customer service is the idea that everybody's like, well, the customer's always right, so I can go in and be an asshole on the customer side. There are those bad customers who come in, well, I can be an asshole because the customer's always right.
That's true.
That shut off the people who are trying to be nice to you. That shut off going, well, why be nice? People are going to be assholes. True. All right. And it comes down to, like we were talking about in the very beginning with the airlines. It takes one asshole to screw up the whole thing. Right.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
It's not the system. It's that one asshole who says, you know what? I can fuck the system up. Let me fuck the system up. And they did. They fucked it up for everybody. All right. Now it ruins the attitudes in 90% of the people. All right. And they don't want to have a better attitude on life.
Very true. Very true. I mean, you get to the point where you're so tired of people just beating you up and that asshole coming in on a regular basis that you're just like, what's the point? They're not paying me enough to do this job. And that's another reason why there's not a lot of people that are working in retail. Not because they don't want to work. They just don't want to work in retail.
Well, I think, and you know what I mean? I said this too before, all right. When I worked for Starbucks, I think everybody should spend 2 years in retail.
I agree.
There are certain objectives I think you need to do in life to understand business. 2 years, you should spend a year to 2 years working retail. You should spend a year working, having to build a network marketing or a multi-level marketing business.
Yeah,
you do those two things, you will learn, number one, customer service. Number two, how to respectfully sell.
Yep. Another key thing too is if you try and sell insurance.
Yeah.
If you can sell insurance, you can sell anything. Because as we know, insurance is not something that's tangible. It's only tangible when you need it. And then when you need it, you always get pushback. Mm-hmm. So it's not something that's an easy sale. And if you're really good at that, I mean, imagine what you could do if you're selling something that's actually tangible, like a car or clothes or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like you said, all it takes is one asshole to ruin it for everybody. One bad apple, like they always say, ruins the whole bushel. Yep. One bad apple. Yeah. And I think though, I know people are tired of those assholes that they got to deal with, but it still comes down to how you're going to react. It still comes down to how you're going to let if you're going to let somebody ruin your day, or if you're going to let somebody just say, nope, this isn't going to happen. I mean, and look at the power they have on those planes now. Now they can say, nope, we're grounding, you're going off.
Nope.
Bye. You can't behave, you're leaving. In fact, we were watching, you don't realize how bad it truly is. We were watching a show, it's called Airport. Mm-hmm. And it shows various different airports and how people react. And some of them are just, I mean, like you said, they're just plain assholes. They don't want to listen. They don't want to hear what you're saying. Yes, ma'am, but we can't do that. What do you mean I can't? You don't understand. We can only bring on such and such. If you want to do that, it's going to cost you that. That table don't even cost that much. Well, you shouldn't have brought the table with you. And then they make this whole scene until they say, sorry, you're not even getting on the plane. No, you don't understand. I got to get home. I got to get on that plane. Well, then you shouldn't have acted like an asshole.
Yeah, really. Exactly.
That's exactly that. Yeah. You want to get home, don't act like an asshole.
You know, the greatest, I always tell people, one of the greatest things I ever did in flying, this was before I did a lot for business flying. It's like 2009. And I really didn't get active in traveling for business till 2010. 2009, I'm actually going up to my high school reunion in 25, I think it was a 25-year reunion in Pennsylvania. So I would fly in and out of Philadelphia. I was on a limited schedule for stuff I was doing. So I flew up and I was up and back in 24 hours. Right. Like 24 hours later, I was getting on the plane to come back. I got to the airport 2 hours early as normal, and I get to the airport and my flight's delayed. So I'm sitting there in their delayed flight, all right, and the area that we're sitting in, the seating area is filling up because it's filled with people who can't get on the plane.
Yep.
Then they move us to another gate, all right, which unlike like here at Dallas airports, everything's in like one terminal.
Oh,
There, I
yeah.
had to go to another terminal, all right, to get to another gate, right? So I get there and everybody's coming up, and there's no seats. So I'm sitting against the freaking wall, leaning, right? And I'm listening to half the people coming up and complaining because their flight's not there. So finally, I'm tired. I don't have a seat. I just walk up and I said, "Excuse me, ma'am. I'm not here to ask about what time the flight is. All right. I get it. When it gets here, it gets here. But can I ask you one favor?" I said, "I'm tired. And when that flight gets here, if there is an upgrade available to first class, I will pay the price, any price it is to get first class, to have a comfortable ride home to sleep for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Just let me know. I'm willing to pay it." So I'm coming up to get on the plane when we're going. And the lady goes, "Oh, you right here. Hold on a sec. Come here a second." So I come over. I pull my credit card out, figuring I'm about to pay through the freaking nose to get a first class seat, just so I can be comfortable riding home. She goes, "Oh, no charge for you. You were the nicest person to me all day."
Yep.
And I got first class. I got a first class meal. I got and I'm like, all I wanted was a comfortable seat. All right. And I wasn't going to go up and bitch at her because I was uncomfortable. Wasn't her fault. I just went, "Listen, ma'am, I'm just tired and worn out. If a first class seat becomes available, all right, I will pay for the upgrade. I do not care what it costs.
Yep.
I would love to have a comfortable ride home." All right. And she just gave it to me.
I even went, I was in the Dallas airport, same thing. It was when Southwest Airlines, all of their systems went down.
Mm-hmm.
So everything across the board said cancel, 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 cancel. Everybody's freaking out. My flight's canceled. What do I do? My flight's canceled. What do I do? Everybody's standing in this long line. My flight's canceled. So I'm like standing in line with everybody else. I look on my phone. I get dinged. "We've moved you to this flight. You're good to go. You're going out this gate." Cool. So I get out of line and this lady goes, "Why are you out of line?" I said, "Well, I got an update. So I'm going to be on this flight and I'm going to be at this gate." "Oh, you just got it automatically? You don't have to stand in line?" I said, "Well, if you want to talk to the ticket agent, but yeah, mine got done automatically." So I'm looking at this woman who's at the ticket counter, who's taking people's tickets, and they're bitching at her. "When is my flight coming? Everything's canceled. What do we do? Blah, 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 blah." And I saw how she's having a really hard time. So I went to Starbucks and I got just a plain coffee, and I got the cream and sugar because I didn't know what she needed.
Yeah.
I walked up to her and I said, "Here, this is for you." And she went, "What?" I said, "This is for you. It's just plain coffee because I didn't know what you'd like, but here's some sugar and cream. This is for you. It looks like you can use it."
Yeah.
And she was so thankful and so appreciative and got this big smile on her face. And it's amazing how much better you get treated when you treat somebody with respect. And everybody's going through shit in the airport. Everybody is. You're not the only one. It's just you're the one who's being the asshole.
No.
So, and everybody needs to be somewhere for a reason, whatever that reason may be. We all need to get to our destination on time. We're got this flight going, whatever. We all are going through the same thing. We're all in the same boat. But how we react is what's really key. And there's a saying that says, watch somebody under pressure and see how they react. And that's the people, their true selves come out.
Mm-hmm.
On how they react to any given situation. That's when you see the true self. They can be as sweet as pie to you, but when they react under duress, and that's how they react to everything.
Yeah.
And it says a lot about humanity and how much I think we don't appreciate the people around us, and we need to appreciate them more. Not just our family, but the people that are serving us. We need to appreciate them, because you know what? They don't have to serve you.
No.
They don't. There's signs all over the place that says we have the right to refuse service to anyone.
Yeah.
They don't have to serve you. So at least be nice, just say, "I get it. It's been a rough day. Because I mean, one last story. I was in Atlanta, which is the biggest freaking airport I have ever been in. And they have trains to get you from one end to the other because it's so freaking huge.
Yep.
My flight was changed 4 times in different gates. And I thought, you know what? I've got time. I'm not going to take the train. I walked. That day, I did 6 miles walking when I looked at my walking thing because of going from one gate to the other. And you'd think I'd be fucking pissed by now. Nope. I got in good exercise. I got my points and then some. And I sat my ass down. And when I was ready to get on that plane, I was happy to go. Done.
Yeah.
Done. I didn't complain. It is what it is. So just saying, you can be a lot nicer to those people out there that are serving you because they don't have to.
That's right.
They can refuse service to you anytime they want. So when you get refused that service, maybe you need to look inward and figure out why they are refusing service to you. Just saying.
Good point. So
just saying.
Yeah. So you know, the internet got better.
I know, a lot better. It's more solid. So now you have to just turn your computer off, sir.
No. Maybe we need to warm our broadcast up.
Warm our broadcast up.
We need to start broadcasting a half hour before we broadcast.
Yeah, there we go. We'll warm our hands. We'll put our beanies on and we'll warm this sucker up. Or we'll talk about really nasty things. Because last time we had a nasty conversation and it worked with no problem. So maybe that's what it is.
Uh-oh. Yep, it did. It disconnected again. That's one of the reasons why.
Yep. You're coming in though.
No, it's one of my Stream Deck.
Oh.
Started acting up. Yep.
Oh, the technologies we go through. You learn along with us, folks. Thanks for sticking it out. Just saying. I was going to send out a reminder today, but maybe that was a good thing. It didn't go up.
all my lighting buttons quit working. That's why.
Ah.
All right, there it is.
We're doing much better.
Yeah. I'm
doing much better.
All these things I'm going to have to.
Much better. And next time we'll have a better feed. Be doing much better. And I'm still working on getting artwork up in this office so that.
Let me test it. Here we go. I fixed it.
They work.
I fixed it.
Dun, dun. They work.
I was looking at a site last night to put in sound effects too. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know if this works or not, but can you hear that?
Yeah.
How loud? Like
it's pretty low.
Pretty low?
It's low, yeah. You can hear it, but it's not real loud. It's like background music in the office.
Because it's probably on my speakers.
Like on the elevator. Yeah.
Okay.
Robert, you're a trooper. Thanks for sticking it out, even though we've been going through technical difficulties. And hopefully, if you've been watching this, you can see what it takes. And guess what? Did we get pissed? No. Did we throw a tantrum? No. We just dealt with it like adults.
All right. I'm waiting to see. All right. As we turn 11 o'clock, the Starbucks that we normally go to wasn't open this morning because of the fact that the weather, right? So see, they said they were going to open at 11 a.m. I'm going to walk at 11 a.m. if it switches to open. Anyway.
Is it open?
Not yet. It's till 10:59.
Oh, Tim. Well, Tim goes to get his favorite drink at Starbucks. What is your favorite drink, by the way?
I drink it double espresso with whipped cream. That's it.
Wow, double espresso. Wow, that's a strong drink, dude.
It's espresso, not espresso.
Espresso.
Okay, and they're open. It says now they're open.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Most people pronounce it espresso. It's not. It's espresso.
I know it's espresso, but we pronounce it espresso. It's espresso. I get it.
This is not like
Go get your
this is
espresso.
not like a boyfriend you're trying to get rid of. It's not an ex.
There's an S.
There's an S.
Espresso.
Yeah.
Go get your espresso. Weird.
Anyway,
Voila. That's it, folks. We're on the top of the hour.
top of the hour. Now that we finally got technology cleaned up, now it's time to go.
When you know it. That's how it works. That's how it works.
Whoop,
But you
there
know
it
what?
goes.
It shows what professionalism we have in this group. I'm just saying. It shows the professionalism.
Before we go, all right, professionalism, right? We talked an awful lot about customer service this week, professionalism like that. But one thing I want to comment on, would you buy something from someone online who sends you an email randomly, you don't know who they are, from a Gmail address, and you have no clue who this person is?
Nope, I would not.
Why?
Because a Gmail address tells me it's junk. That is not legit.
Well, it tells me you don't have a website set up.
Or it's not legit.
Yeah. All right. And you and I are in the web business, right?
Yep.
A website, all right, and I'm big on this, right? I can have a website up for you in 48 hours. No problem. It's so easy to do, right? Nah, these people don't. And they just think they can just, slam email people because they got my name off a list.
Nope.
Yeah.
No Yahoo, no Gmail accounts. Nope.
And I'm trying to see
Gotta
which
have
email
your
I sent
internet.
it to.
Your domain name. Got to have your domain name. Then it looks legit. It astounds me how many coaches and therapists and psychotherapists that have Gmail accounts. Hypnotherapists. I tell them, this says that you're not really in for business.
Yeah.
You're not dedicated to your business.
Really. So.
Yep. So thanks for sticking it out with us and all the technology. Next week will be better.
Yep. So
as we move forward. I'm Katrina Garcia with KG Website Designs, and my partner in crime is
it's Tim Gillette. Hi, I'm Tim.
just Tim Gillette. Simple Easy Market. It's just fucking.
Hi.
It's just Tim Gillette.
Hi, I'm Tim. I'm just gonna simply easy tell you, hey, you gotta fix this.
Until then.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye. Have
Bye.
a good day.